All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and it has been a busy year. A lot of drinking going on here at the Stored Wine Watch, and I just want to let you, all of my wine drinking fans, know about everything that comes across my desk this year. So we're getting these reviews out in a timely fashion. Everything on this What I Drank Yesterday portion of the email is available for sale. Hey, that's what we do here, folks, is sell wine. And, well, we're have a lot of friends that come by to drink with us. Pat Carmody being one of them. And he's got a pretty good book of wine. He works for Southern Wine and Spirits, the evil empire, some people call them. But, you know, they've got over 45% of the brands in Florida. So, I mean, a lot of great stuff in their book. So it's not hard to do a lot of business with Pat, especially since he stops buying drinks with us. That's all it takes to do business here at the Wine Watch, folks. Just come by and bring us some wine. All right, well, Pat had a bunch of stuff with him this last week. Davis Bynum Pinot Noir to start things off. Jane's Vineyard from the Russian River Valley, and this is a wine we did a ton of business with a few years ago, the 2009 vintage, and it looks like the price went up here a little bit, but the wine's still very good. A red berry cherry fruit on the nose with a hint of smoky bacon fat and some spices and floral notes. Smooth red cherry fruit on the tongue with a nice freshness and pretty floral notes showing through with some light spice on the finish. A very good Pinot Noir at 33 1/4. Unfortunately, the Aubin Climat came next. Oof, and this wine, excellent bottle of Pinot from Santa Barbara County. Jim Clendenin has been making wine down in this part of the world for over 30 years. One of the minds behind the Santa Barbara County growing appellation and Santa Rita Hills, and he makes wine pretty much all over here, the South. He's got his own vineyards, Clendenin family, but this Aubin Climat label is, well, it's some purchased fruit, mostly purchased fruit. He buys from a lot of great vineyards. I know he buys from the Tallies, Rosemary's Vineyard. I don't know if they use any Rincon in this, but this wine's got a lovely bouquet on it. Exotic spices, fresh earth, dried floral notes, very complex, very Burgundian. Some pretty spice here, dark cherry and raspberry fruits, and lovely concentration and depth on the palates. Dark cherry and raspberry fruit shining through with a silky smooth texture and a good hint of that exotic spice and floral nuance, and as well as some earthy components coming through. Really nice complexity here at this price. $25.50, an excellent bottle of Pinot Noir. All right, starting off with the Cabernet Sauvignon, the very popular varietal here. Mark Mondavi's Divining Rod. This is the other side of the Mondavi family that owns Charles Krug Winery, and this is the Alexander Valley Cabernet, and the Divining Rod is this rod that finds water, I guess. I don't know. It's got a big eye on the label. Really cool package here, but hey, it's a $15 wine. We're not expecting something outstanding, but this is a very good little wine. Get a more of dark spice and earth, some tobacco, dark currants, nice complexity on the nose here for wine at this price. I was not expecting this much. Light and elegant style of wine on the palate, though. Not a real big fruit bomb, but some of that nice distinctive Cabernet characters coming through, that herbaceousness, some black earth, and lovely freshness on this wine. A very good bottle of Cabernet for $15, which is hard to find in California. All right, we've got Simi's Alexander Valley Cabernet 2009. Talk about a very good Cabernet for the money. I guess maybe it's not that hard to find. We got two of them in a row here. This wine, a good amount of that dark cherry and currant cassis berry fruit showing on the nose with some lovely dark earth and dark chocolate notes. Dark currant berry fruit on the tongue with nice structure and depth for a wine at this price. On sale for $16.75. One of our picks for top Cabernets of last year, and it's still around this year. It's almost March. All right, well, the 09 still at the distributor, a very good vintage. Grab it while it lasts, because it's better, I think, right now than 2010 for the most part. And 2011, a very difficult vintage in Northern California. The price is going to be going up because 2010 and 11 short crops. $16.75 for Simi Cab, great value. All right, Franciscan Cabernet 2010. Up next, this 2010 vintage, a little bit more austere, not quite as forward and fruity, but some lovely ripe berry and currant berry fruit on the nose, some cigar box spice and fresh plowed earth. Nice peppery spice to the palate here. That cigar box notes to the currant berry and cassis fruits, showing some nice structure and some tannins. This 2010 vintage, a classic year, and it's going to need a little time. It's going to need a little patience here, but a very good bottle of wine at $20. Wow. Another very good value in the Napa Valley Cabernet section of the 2010 Robert Mondavi Napa Cab. Hey, guess what? We still got 2009 left. 2009's better. And we have it on sale for $17 1/4. But this 2010 was pretty good. You know, it's going to need a little time to come out of its shell. Some lovely fresh plowed earth here, some dark currant and black cherry fruit. Some of this fruit comes from the famous Tokelon Vineyard. That's right, folks. One of the most famous vineyards in Napa. You can get $20 a bottle. Anyway, some dark chocolate and fine herbs as well. Nice complexity for an entry-level wine, but still a little austere on the palate. A solid core of fruit, but also some tannin, some acid here, making things just seem a little bit off kilter right now, a little bit tart on the finish, a little bit bitter. But a good bottle of Cabernet. Like I said, I'd like to taste this wine again in 6-8 months from now, maybe over a year. It'll probably start to come around. The Oakville 09. Wow, this wine is really good. 100% To Kalon Vineyard. A lot of minerality showing to the nose here. Fresh plowed earth, some coffee, toasty oak spice, bittersweet chocolate, dark currant, cassis berry fruit. A really chunky wine on the palate with lots of ripe currant and cassis berry fruit, dark chocolate, ripe brown tannins. Really well endowed here with layers of spice and loamy earth showing on the finish. Really nice complexity, nice structure, although still young. It's 2009 vintage, very showy. Excellent bottle of Cabernet on sale for $42. A lot of people with To Kalon fruit are charging $142 and up for this wine. One of the best values coming out of Oakville. All right, the Franciscan Estate Magnificat. This one was 69% Cab, a little Merlot, a little Petit Verdot, Malbec, some lovely cigar box spice, dark cocoa, mocha, some currant and dark cherry and plum fruit, fine herbs, some smoky, meaty notes. A forward and drinkable style. This 2008 already somewhat evolved. Really nice balance in this wine, though. A nice amount of that cigar box and dark cocoa spice showing through the finish. An excellent bottle of Cabernet. The price has come down on this wine. It was over $50 just a few years ago. It's $31.50. And then, hey, just for good measure, we throw in a Brunello at the end. A Tenuta Grappone from Ruffino. Unfortunately, it's too expensive. $87.75. Are you kidding me? I got Brunellos that cost half that much that are this good. It's not the question of the quality of the wine. The quality of the wine is good. They don't make bad wine in Montalcino. But like I said, I've got Brunellos that are $45, $50 that are as good, if not better than this. But this wine's got a good amount of fresh herbs, kind of mushroomy-like notes to the wild strawberry and cherry fruit on the nose, some dried meat here as well. Nice complexity. Smooth and polished on the tongue, the light and savory finish. Some nice nuance in this wine, though. Even though it's not a big blockbuster, very nuanced. An excellent bottle of Brunello at $50. I mean, sorry, it would be for $50, but for $87.50. Let's work on that price, Pat. That's what we had to drink with our folks, friends from Southern Wine and Spirits. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.